6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Eid al-Fitr is being celebrated across the country today with religious fervor and zeal. The Federal Investigation Agency has handed over a list of 122 candidates possessing dual nationalities to the Election Commission of Pakistan. The World Bank will provide over $500 million for renewable energy projects in Sindh and strengthen Pak Afghan economic activity along the Khyber Pass. In Afghanistan, dozens of unarmed Taliban militants arrived in the capital Kabul today to celebrate Eid al-Fitr after both the sides announced an unprecedented ceasefire. In the FIFA World Cup Football 2018, France defeated Australia by 2-1 at Kazan in Russia today. And now the news in detail. Eid al-Fitr is being celebrated with religious zeal and fervor across the country today. Big Eid congregations were held at open places, mosques and Eidgahs in all the major cities and towns across the country. The ulama in their sermons highlighted the significance and philosophy of Eid al-Fitr. Special prayers were offered for the progress and prosperity of the country and welfare of the Muslim Ummah. In Islamabad, the biggest Eid congregation was held at the Faisal Mosque, where government officials and envoys of the Islamic countries offered Eid prayers. Prime Minister retired Justice Nasrul Mulk offered his Eid prayers at the mosque in the Prime Minister House in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister prayed for peace, security, and prosperity of the country. Later, he mixed up with the people and exchanged Eid greetings. Prime Minister retired Justice Nasrul Mulk held an open house in Islamabad today on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. Diplomats, dignitaries, senior government officials, and guests called on the Prime Minister and exchanged Eid greetings. Foreign Minister Abdullah Hussain Harun, Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Zubair Mahmood Hayat, Chief of the Naval Staff Admiral Zafar Mahmood Abbasi, and Chief of the Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Mujahid Anwar Khan also called on the Prime Minister and exchanged Eid greetings with him. The Chief of the Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, celebrated Eid along with the troops along the line of control. He prayed for peace, development, and stability of the country. The Army Chief later mixed up with the soldiers and exchanged Eid greetings with them. He praised the sacrifices of the martyrs for the defense of the motherland. General Qamar Javed Bajwa said, as a soldier, spending Eid away from home is a source of pride. The Army Chief also appreciated the high morale of the troops. The Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has made a telephone call to Prime Minister Nasrul Mulk and confirmed the death of dreaded terrorist Mullah Fazlullah, the chief of the outlawed Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Prime Minister Nasrul Mulk thanked President Ashraf Ghani for this information and termed it a significant development in the fight against terrorism. President Ghani also informed the Prime Minister about the positive developments following the recent ceasefire between government forces and the Afghan Taliban, which he said would help pave the way for Afghan peace process to consolidate. The Prime Minister assured him that Pakistan will continue to facilitate the Afghan peace efforts. The two leaders exchanged Eid greetings and expressed best wishes for the peoples of the two countries. The Afghan president also telephoned the Chief of the Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, and shared the news about the killing of Mullah Fazlullah in a drone strike in Kunar province. According to ISPR, Mullah Fazlullah has been hiding in Afghanistan since 2009. The Election Commission of Pakistan has received a report of the election candidates possessing dual nationalities. FIA handed over this report to the Commission. According to FIA report, 122 candidates of the National and Provincial Assemblies hold nationalities of the United States, Australia, Britain, Singapore, and Canada. The Election Commission has forwarded the report to the returning officers. This is Radio Pakistan. The World Bank is committing over $500 million through two projects to support renewable energy in Sindh and expand economic activity between Pakistan and Afghanistan through the development of an economic corridor along the Khyber Pass. The World Bank Country Director for Pakistan, Ilango Pachamutu, said the projects will address Sindh's energy needs through generation of solar power benefiting the entire province and support trade between Pakistan and Afghanistan through regional connectivity. The construction of a 48-kilometer four-lane expressway linking Pakistan and its regional trading partners and upgrading the country's infrastructure is an important component of Pakistan's growth policy. $100 million Sindh solar energy project will reduce Pakistan's carbon footprint through the development of solar energy. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops martyred two more Kashmiri youths and injured dozens of others on Eid al-Fitr today. One youth, identified as Shiraz Ahmed Naiku, 18 years of age, was martyred after the troops opened indiscriminate fire on the faithful following Eid prayers at Ashajipura in Islamabad district. Another 15-year-old boy, Waqas Ahmed Rathar, was shot dead by the troops at Naupura in Pulwama district. Immediately after Eid prayers, people in large numbers took to the streets and shouted high-pitched slogans, Jeeve Jeeve Pakistan and We Want Freedom in Srinagar, Islamabad, Anantnag, Shupaiya, Pulwama, Taral, Sopot, Palhalan, Kupwara, Kishtwar, and other parts of the occupied territory. In Afghanistan, dozens of unarmed Taliban militants arrived in the capital Kabul today to celebrate Eid al-Fitr after both the sides announced an unprecedented ceasefire. Kabul police spokesman Hashmat Stanaksei said the Taliban entered Kabul through gates in the south and southeast, and they were unarmed as they handed over their weapons at the entrances. He said their weapons will be returned to them when they leave. According to the police, soldiers and militants exchanged hugs and selfies. The Afghan Deputy Interior Minister Masood Azizi said the ceasefire was being monitored throughout the country. Governors in Helmand, Kandahar, and Zabul said both the sides had adhered to the ceasefire and that there had been no reports of violence during the last 24 hours. Men and women gathered around the soldiers and Taliban fighters and urged them to keep their weapons holstered before they hugged each other. In Yemen, Arab coalition forces have liberated the airport and the main port city of Hodeidah today in the war against the Houthi militia. Yemeni military officials said ground troops, who include United Arab Emirates forces, Sudanese and Yemenis, are now ensuring that there are no gunmen, mines or explosives in the building. Military alliance officials said it can swiftly capture the port, the only one the Houthis control, without major disruption to aid supplies in a country already experiencing the world's most pressing humanitarian crisis. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has confirmed the ongoing efforts to arrange a Japan-North Korea summit. In a television interview, Shinzo Abe called on North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un to jointly overcome their mutual distrust. Shinzo Abe said his government has contacted the Democratic People's Republic of Korea side through various channels in a bid to arrange a meeting with Kim Jong-un. And now football. In the FIFA World Cup 2018, France beat Australia by 2-1 in Kazan today. 3 more matches will be played today. In the second encounter, Argentina will meet Iceland in Group D in Moscow at 1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. The third game, featuring Peru and Denmark in Group C, will be played at Saransk at 2100 hours Pakistan Standard Time. It will then be followed by a Group D Croatia versus Nigeria fixture, which will start shortly after midnight in Kaliningrad at 12 midnight tonight. And finally, the weather. Rain, thunder showers with gusty winds are expected at scattered places in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore, Sargodha divisions, Fatah, Islamabad during the next 24 hours. Rain is also expected at isolated places in Faisalabad, Sahiwal divisions, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. Very hot and dry weather is predicted elsewhere in the country during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.